Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Athletics and Wellness Center on the campus of Earlham College. We bring our doubleheader action here this afternoon. First off, the Earlham women taking on Mount St. Joe. The Lions coming in at 7-15 overall. They're 6-9 in conference play. The Quakers now at 6-16 overall and currently 5-10 in the HCAC. Just 3 games remaining in the season, and there are a bunch of teams fighting for those final playoff spots, which are just around the corner. We're going to talk about this Mount St. Joe team coming up in a moment. We'll also talk a little bit about where the standings are right now. Things very tight from number 4 all the way down to number 10, so still a lot to be decided. And this game today could be a huge factor whether the Quakers get into the tournament or not. We'll talk about the scenarios coming up in a little bit. The tip-off right around the corner. It is senior day as well. Stay right there. This is Earlham Women's Basketball, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
We check 'em better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price 'em better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
By the way, with it being senior day, what we will do here as soon as they're ready to go and start the senior day activities, which I think are coming up right now, at least here in the next minute or so, we will take our camera shot to the seniors and honor the 5 seniors that are here tonight. Let's go downstairs and see if that's what they're going to be doing. It is senior day here at Earlham College.
Please direct your attention to mid-court. Our first senior is number 43, Zoe Curtis. Zoe is being escorted by her mother, Jenny Curtis, father, Andy Curtis, and brother, Zach. Zoe is a biology major. After graduation, Zoe plans to attend Purdue University College of Veterinary Medicine. As a father of a vet med student right now, congratulations on the student death. She will focus on the mixed animal track towards obtaining her PhD in veterinary medicine. She would like to specialize in zoological medicine and eventually become a zoo veterinarian. One of Zoe's favorite memories was during the Bluffton game last season when she was stabbed in the eye by another player's fake nail. Earlham ended up winning 70-60. When the team got into the locker room, the team hid in the bathroom to surprise the coach. The team was really excited, and then Zoe looked in the mirror and saw how bad her eye was and started crying and laughing at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, number 43, Zoe Curtis. Our second senior is number 34, Kyra Joseph. Kyra is being escorted by her mother Michelle Joseph, father Shannon Joseph, and twin brother Keaton Joseph. Kyra is a biology major and a psychology minor. After graduation, Kyra plans to attend graduate school and pursue her master's degree in biomedical imaging. One of Kyra's favorite memories is going to the conference tournament of her sophomore year and the Florida trip last year. Ladies and gentlemen, number 34, senior Kyra Joseph. Next up is senior number 50, Maddie Kroll. Maddie is being escorted by her mother Melissa and stepfather Brent Perry, father Doug and stepmother Carrie Kroll, along with her nephew, Ezzy. I'm sorry, Ezzy. I knew I was going to mess up even in notes. I'm sorry, Ezzy. Maddie is a biology major. After graduation, Maddie plans on accepting a job at Zoo Tampa to work with rhinos, elephants, etc. in the husbandry department while pursuing a PhD in animal behavior. One of Maddie's favorite memories was on December 30th, 2019 at Transylvania. Coach Watson called Maddie to go in the game. Without hesitation, Maddie was taking her shooting shirt off and felt a slight breeze. Always a good sign. To the crowd, Coach Watson and Maddie's own surprise, she had no jersey on, just a sports bra. Ladies and gentlemen, number 50, senior Maddie Kroll. Our fourth senior is number 4, Amy Wiesner. Amy is being escorted by her mother, Dana Wiesner, and father, Mark Wiesner. Amy is a global management major with a focus in marketing. After graduation, Amy plans to look for a job that can successfully become a career with diverse opportunities and help youth basketball programs in the community while also obtaining an MBA. One of Amy's favorite memories was T-Pain performing at Earlham. Ladies and gentlemen, number 4, senior Amy Wiesner. And our last senior is number 10, Cameron White. Cameron is being escorted by her mom, Donna White, dad, Perry White, sister, Alex White, grandmother, Doris White, grandmother, Janet Forbes, and aunt, Karen Williamson. Cameron is a global management major with a focus in marketing and minor in sports management. After graduation, she plans to earn her master's degree in sports administration. One of Cameron's favorite memories is going to Florida with the team, riding or crashing scooters, while also having shoot-around at the beach. I notice our karaoke at baseball's not on there, Cameron. Ladies and gentlemen, number 10, senior Cameron White.
Those again are the 5 seniors being honored here today as they will play their last home game and then 2 more games on the road. They go to Rose-Hulman and Manchester coming up next Wednesday and Saturday. Their focus today, though, trying to find a way to beat a Mount St. Joe team that comes in at 6-9. And we said a little bit ago before the break that this thing is really jumbled, and we're probably going to come right down to the final game on the 22nd. But here's how things stand as we go into today's action. Transylvania, they're 15-0. Hanover is 14-1. They have pretty much wrapped up 1 and 2. Franklin right now sitting at number 3. They have a 3-game lead over Bluffton, Defiance, and Mount St. Joe. So unless Franklin collapses here in their last 3 games, they will stay at number 3. So the fight is now for 4, 5, and 6. And everybody that is left, other than the 3 we talked about, we have 7 teams right now battling for just 3 spots. Bluffton is 6-9. Defiance is 6-9. Mount St. Joe 6-9. And then you have Anderson, Manchester, and Earlham all at 5 and 10. So they're just 1 game back. And even Rose-Hulman, a chance to get into the playoffs. they stand at 4-11. Now, right now, it appears at least the schedule favors Earlham. They play Mount St. Joe today. They beat them previously 60-57 on their home floor. They beat Rose-Hulman earlier this year, and they beat Manchester. Both those games were played here at home. So if you take into account the previous matchups, Earlham, again, their schedule favors them to get into the tournament. If you heard Coach earlier this week on our show, Fast Break, if they win out and a couple other things happen, Earlham could possibly go to the number 4 spot, depending on what else happens with the rest of the teams in the league. So it's a fun part of the year. Everybody trying to fight to get those final spots in the upcoming HCAC tournament. The other games today, Anderson plays at Franklin. You would think that Franklin has the edge there. That's good news for the Quakers with Anderson at 5-10. Rose-Hulman plays at Defiance. Defiance, better team at home than they are on the road. You would think that perhaps Defiance would have the edge there. That would put Rose-Hulman another game back. Highly unlikely they would qualify for the playoffs. Transylvania goes to Manchester. You got to take Transylvania, the ranked number 8 in the country. Again, 15-0 in the conference. And the final game to look at today, Hanover is on the road at Bluffton. And that ball game, when you look at Hanover, they can turn the ball over quite a bit. That could favor Bluffton in that contest, but you still think that if you're a Quaker fan, you want Hanover to win that contest because Hanover has already wrapped up a spot. That would put Bluffton at 6-10, and that would even the Quakers with Bluffton in the standings going into the final 2 games. As we mentioned, these two teams played before, 60-57. The final Quakers got the win. Amy Wiesner was the hot shooter that day, 18 points for the Quakers. She'll get the start today. The 5 seniors will start. That does include Kyra Joseph, who has missed the last several games because of the shoulder injury. So they will start her today, and then I would imagine the first dead ball they get a chance to get her out of the game, they will do so because her shoulder is not quite healed yet, but they want to start her as an honorary senior today, but she's missed a lot of games over the last couple of weeks because of that shoulder injury. On the other side, Maddie Haberthy. Haberthy did not play against Transylvania. She is here today. It appears she'll be in the starting lineup. She had 18 against the Quakers in the last meeting. She, along with Chloe Jansen, the only 2 players in double figures for Mount St. Joe. Haberthy at 17.6 points per game, and Chloe Jansen is at 10.8. Starting lineups are coming up in a couple of moments. We will be back as we continue on the Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top-flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond.
And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Earlham Quakers. Starting at guard.
We're back once again here at the Athletics and Wellness Center, and here's the starting lineup now for Mount St. Joe. They will go with Maddie Haberthy, a 5'5 junior wearing number 3, Jalea Fair-Harris, 5'6 and a junior wearing number 5. Also in the starting lineup, number 24, Chloe Jansen, 5'7 and a freshman. Alea Huff is 6 foot and a junior, number 44. And the final starter will be Haley Scott, 5'7 and a sophomore, number 33. For the Quakers today, Amy Wiesner, 5'7 and a senior, number 4. Also a senior, Cameron White, 5'6, wearing number 10. Kyra Joseph, 5'7, number 34, getting the start today. Zoe Curtis, 5'10, number 43, and Maddie Crodel, 5'11, wearing number 50. So again, the Quakers, the 5 seniors, getting the start here this afternoon. We are ready to go. Great to have you with us. Doubleheader. The men's game will be about 30 minutes following this contest. The Lions will be in their dark uniforms, and jumping it up in the middle will be Huff. For the Quakers, Maddie Crodel, the senior out of Danville, playing their final home game of their career as we are underway. Thanks for being with us. It'll be won by Mount St. Joe, so they'll get their first offensive possession here this afternoon. Good look at 24, Jansen. And the ball goes out of bounds, and a turnover by Mount St. Joe in their first possession. So Kyra Joseph coming out of the lineup. Acacia Tanette is in the lineup. So Kyra got the start today. She comes out. Acacia Tanette in the lineup. As Trinity McClendon in for the Quakers, the 5'8 freshman out of Warren Central High School. Zoe, the jumper way short, saved by Cameron. Shot clock is at 13. Here's McClendon for three, rims in and out, and the rebound by Haberthy. So each team with a possession, and each team unable to score early. Good look at Fair Harris. Mount St. Joe, a team that love to keep this game a little bit in the lower scoring areas. They don't have a high-powered offense, but they do rely a lot on Haberthy. Ball goes out of bounds, a deflection, 8 seconds remaining. As the ball inbounded now to Fair Harris, out of Columbus, Ohio. The kick out, here's Huff, 16 feet away, and that's no good, just beating the shot clock. That is McClendon across the timeline, and Quakers will have it for the second time here this afternoon. To net at the elbow, McClendon on the high post, hands off to Wiesner. Wiesner spins in the lane, left hand no, and the rebound by Scott. Mount St. Joe basketball. So neither team getting things going early in this one. In the half court, good look at Haberthy. Ball loose, picked up by Fair Harris. Shot clock is down to 10. This will be Jansen. Jansen finds an opening, left-hand layup good, and Mount St. Joe gets on the board here this afternoon. Jansen averaging nearly 11 points per game. Quaker basketball. Earlham a chance to get into the playoffs for the second time under head coach Shauna Watson. There's a block shot by Huff, the 6-footer out of Cincinnati. So Mount St. Joe basketball. Haberthy, the pull-up jumper on the way, missed it. Nobody there to rebound for the Lions. Quakers with the rebound themselves. McClendon, they'll work it up the sideline. The nice pass inside, and we've got a whistle and a foul. Zoe will go to the line for two. More changes as we will see coming into the lineup for the Quakers, Caleb Bowling. And also in will be Neely Trenshaw. And here is Zoe Curtis averaging 6.9 points per game, and she has really played well over the last week and a half or so. Just in time to give this Quaker basketball team a spark here down the stretch and give themselves an opportunity to play for a playoff spot. Second free throw is on the way. It is good as well. We are tied at 2 apiece. And as you would expect, the Quakers will press right here. Mount St. Joe able to get it in play, and that will be Jansen. Down the lane, kicks in the corner. The three by Scott, no good. And sneaking in there will be Haberthy to get the offensive rebound and a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Jansen, the Quakers will jump the screen. Haberthy in the corner. This is Huff, back to Haberthy for three, no. The rebound, put back inside, give the basket to Scott. Quakers will have to rebound better here this afternoon. Scott, averaging 4 per game, gets her first basket of the afternoon. We're now to 4-2 ball game. 6:48 to go. Here is Bowling. That shot no good in the lane. Quakers get it back once again in a fresh 20. Tanette starts to drive. Huff covers in the lane. Now it'll be McClendon. Shot clock at 10. This is Tanette. Neely on the right wing. The screen by Zoe. The screen and roll, and Zoe traveled with it. Took that little extra step. First turnover by the Quakers. Into the ball game will be Carly Dalton. She wears number 15, Dalton out of Ripley, Ohio. Quakers will also make a change in their lineup as we'll see Canby Poole come in as that ball run down by Haberthy, nearly going out of bounds. Canby's played well at Morristown. Mount St. Joe basketball, this is Jansen, the double team. Nearly thrown away, and it goes out of bounds, and that will be a turnover. Maddie Crodel back in, second turnover now by Mount St. Joe. Quakers will get it back, trailing it 4-2 as we come up on 6 minutes remaining in the opening period of play. Trenshaw. They jumped that screen again. It was Jansen who forced Trenshaw to go back to her right. Shot clock down to 14. Here's Bowling. Bowling, 15-footer straight away, missed it, and the rebound pulled down by Jansen. Here come the Lions. They have the numbers the other way. Canby Poole trailing as she went down on the floor. This will be Dalton. The drive by Dalton. The floater no good. Dalton gets the rebound and a fresh 20 again on the shot clock. But Mount St. Joe, they will get a timeout. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, 5:24 remaining here in the opening period of play. Quakers trail at 4-2.
After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
Hey, this is Steve at Jiffy Lube. The other day, a cashier said to me, if you're happy with the service here, there's a site you can take a survey on. Kind of laughed and said, what if I'm not happy? To which she replied, well, then you can just forego the survey. I thought, well, that's kind of the equivalent of if you can't say anything nice, then don't say anything at all. What if we all adopted that? Jiffy Lube, take the survey, but if you can't say anything nice, just don't say anything at all.
Hey, this is Steve Funkhauser at Jiffy Lube. Come on out, see us. We're ready to serve.
Back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center, a timeout by Mount St. Joe. 4-2 lead, low-scoring opening period of play thus far. And the Lions will inbound the basketball, 17 on the shot clock. This is Aberthy, nearly stolen away by Bowling. Jansen between the circles, now with the left hand, hands off to Dalton. And the ball will be kicked out of bounds. Will stay right here, 6 on the shot clock. Back in the lineup for the Quakers, Amy Wiesner. Keisha Tannett will take a seat. And now they put that shot clock to 20. Mount St. Joe off the inbound, right in front of the Earlham bench. As Mackenzie Markham out of Mason, Ohio is checked in. She wears number 10. There's not a senior on this Mount St. Joe team, so they're relatively young. Markham off the drive, the kick in the corner. Dalton, they'll work it back out front. Aberthy driving, and a whistle and a foul. May have been bailed out right there. So Bowling picks up the foul. So Haberthy will go to the line for 2 shots. First time to the line, averaging nearly 17 points per game. Had 18 the last time these two teams got together. The first free throw is good. She'll get another. She again did not play against Transylvania. They got her back in the lineup here today, and coming out of the lineup will be Huff. Haley Scott will come in out of Cincinnati. She's a sophomore at 5'7". They get a little bit smaller. Speaking of Mount St. Joe, each team about even in the size now. Here's Crodel. Wiesner, layup, good. Nice pass, Maddie Crodel. Wiesner gets her first, too. You see the Quakers will press again. Jansen able to bring it across the timeline. 2 turnovers for Mount St. Joe, just 1 for the Quakers early. Shot clock down to 10. This is Jansen and a foul call against the Quakers. It'll be Trenshaw picking up her first. That'll be team foul number 2 now on Earlham, and Mount St. Joe inbounding the basketball. Boy, I tell you, Bowling a little bit quicker to the ball. She gets a steal. Haberthy with the basketball with a left-hand dribble. Here's Jansen. Haberthy in the corner for 3, no. And the rebound by McClendon. Both teams not exactly shooting well from the outside, and we've got a foul the other way, and that will put Amy Wiesner at the line. So Scott picks up her first. Team foul number 2. Cameron White back in. Acacia Tannett also back in. And again, Wiesner at the line. Amy, one of the 5 seniors on the team, misses the first. Second free throw now by Wiesner. So Wiesner coming off the 18-point performance the last time they met, a 60-57 win at Mount St. Joe. Now has her first 3. Quakers are going to trap and trap hard. This will be Jansen, got it back from Haberthy. Jansen coast to coast, and we got a foul call. So Maddie Crodel picks up the foul. Maddie picking up her first. That'll be the 3rd team foul. Quakers will have to stop the basketball before Jansen is able to get that ball in the paint the way she did. She literally got the rebound and went coast to coast. Second free throw is on the way. It is good. So 1 of 2 for Jansen. Jansen now with 3 points. Entry pass intended for Maddie Crodel. Deflected out of bounds. Good job there by Haley Scott. Back in the Quaker lineup will be Zoe Curtis. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. It resets at 20 in women's college basketball. Wiesner driving, losing it. Ball picked up and going out of bounds, Zoe Curtis. So back over to Mount St. Joe. Second turnover now by the Quakers. Quick inbound, they get it right back to Jansen. A little give and go, and Jansen breaking that pressure again. Haberthy driving and losing it. Third turnover by the Lions. Quakers get it to Wiesner, and we've got another foul call. And we'll head to the free throw line. Amy Wiesner once again. Markham picks up her first. Each team now with 3 team fouls, and Wiesner back at the line for the second time. Neither one of these 2 teams are high-powered offensive teams, so don't be too surprised when you see the lowest score, especially when you're 3:13 remaining. Second free throw is no good, and somehow Acacia Tannett able to sneak in and get the rebound. Here's White. White driving, no. Rebound, Zoe, put back, can't get it to go. The battle for the rebound. Mount St. Joe comes away with it. With that board is Carly Dalton. Each team getting a chance to play a lot of freshmen this year. Haley Scott looking inside. Haberthy on the drive, and she'll get bailed out there. Foul called against the Quakers. Cameron will pick up the foul. That is her first. Rachel Moody, a 5'10 sophomore out of Cincinnati, checking in for Mount St. Joe. Fair Harris back in also for the Lions. And at the line, Haberthy for the second time. She has a single point so far here this afternoon. In fact, take that back. She had her first 2 free throws, now 3 for 3. By the way, no live stats, at least at this point. We'll see if the live stats will come with us eventually here this afternoon on our first game. Quaker basketball down by 3 as we're under the 3-minute mark. McClendon with the left hand rolls off the rim. The rebound by Chloe Jansen. Well, first game was close, 3-point affair. We expect the same thing here today. That is Jansen, throws it off the rim. No, gets the rebound, put back, yes. Quakers have not rebounded well early here. Jansen with 5. Quaker basketball. Here's McClendon in the lane with the left hand. Yes. McClendon with her first 2. She averages 8.6 points per game, and the Quakers down by 3. And we've gone under the 2-minute mark here in the opening quarter. It'll be senior day for the men as well, though they do play again on Wednesday. Quakers get a deflection once again as Zoe Curtis able to get a hand on the basketball. Fair Harris will find Haberthy. Fair Harris, shot fake drive, and got the layup. So Fair Harris with her first 2. Quakers back in the half court. Here's Cameron White. To net, entry pass to Zoe, backdoor cut, White, and the Quakers turn it over, and then we've got a jump ball. Possession will now stay with the Quakers. Trenshaw back in for Earlham. And coming in will be Maggie Schoolfield. Schoolfield is a 5'7" freshman, also out of Cincinnati here for Mount St. Joe. Quaker basketball. 30 on the shot clock. Trenshaw will find Bowling. The three-pointer on the way, good. Bowling has played much better down the stretch, averaging 9.5 points per game, and it's a 2-point lead. Fair Harris gets the screen. Fair Harris driving and traveled with it, took that little extra step. So a turnover again by Mount St. Joe. That'll be number 4 on the Lions. Quaker basketball, still another chance for Mount St. Joe to get it back. McClendon, the release, no. And White with a rebound. Cameron able to stay in bounds deep in the corner. And the ball will go out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Quakers. Earlham able to hustle back again and get a loose basketball on the floor, 50-50 ball. That ball tipped by Haberthy, and it's going to be kicked into the backcourt. That's not a kick basketball right there. And now we have 2 players on the floor, the jump ball. Possession arrow in favor now of Mount St. Joe with 22 seconds remaining. Schoolfield will inbound the basketball, and now we will have a question on the shot clock. It is currently off. So they will clarify that at the scorer's table. There is no shot clock now, just 22 seconds remaining on the game clock. Haberthy out front. High screen set, but Haberthy bypasses it. Blocked by McClendon. Ball loose on the floor. Picked up by Bowling. Lead pass to White. And wait a minute, she stepped out of bounds with just over 3 seconds remaining. And the Quakers commit their 4th turnover. So a chance still for Mount St. Joe with the final 3.7 seconds to go. Haberthy forces it up, got it to go at the buzzer, and that'll be a 3-point basket. Sometimes better to be lucky than good, but Haberthy, an excellent shooter. And after the opening period of play on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Mount St. Joe leading this one 16-11. This is Earlham Women's Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto, in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians, and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf, and I approve this message.
Think about the moments in your life, moments you might miss if you become ill. People often ignore their own health, even when their body is telling them something isn't right. Routine health screenings could be the difference between catching it early when it's more treatable or waiting until it's too late. Make time to have an annual wellness visit. Keep up with routine screenings so you don't miss out on any of your moments. Reed Health's team of experts can keep you in control of your health, making sure you stay right where you belong. Reed Health, right beside you.
Quaker basketball as we open up period number 2. Great to have you with us here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Big game for both these teams. Bowling, the pull-up jumper from 16, no. And the ball will go out of bounds. And it will go over to Mount St. Joe. That is the foul on Bowling. So Bowling picks up her first team foul number 1 of this second quarter. By the way, back in the ball game, Alea Huff, the 6-foot center out of Cincinnati. She's setting the high screen for Fair Harris. Fair Harris down the lane, feeds it to Alea Huff, and she can't hold on to it. 5 turnovers now for Mount St. Joe. Quakers down by 5, that's Bowling. You see Mount St. Joe staying man-to-man, and a turnover. Number 5 now for the Quakers. This is Jansen out front. Jansen guarded there by Tanette, who takes a look over left shoulder to see if the screen was coming. Here's Scott. Scott with the left hand. Now it'll be Haberthy. Haberthy against Bowling. Step back shot on the way. Missed it. Rebound McClendon. Here come the Quakers. Earlham's half-court sets have been pretty decent. They haven't gotten a couple of shots to fall here in the first half, but they got to not turn the ball over too. Here's McClendon at the top of the key. Wiesner back to McClendon. Now she'll shoot that. So they know they got a guard out on the perimeter. Bowling the drive, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Mount St. Joe basketball. So the Quakers with their 6th turnover. Rachel Moody back in for Mount St. Joe. Neely Trenshaw coming in now for the Quakers. Men's game following this one here this afternoon around 3:15. Mount St. Joe really needs this win in case it comes down to a tiebreaker, and they'll have the split. Nearly thrown out of bounds. Huff able to retrieve it. Shot in the corner from 3. Acacia Tanette with a rebound off the miss by Moody. And the ball in and out of the hands of Trenshaw and out of bounds. Quakers now with 7 turnovers. Zoe Curtis is back in for the Quakers. Coming in for Mount St. Joe will be Markham. Both teams right now using every resource they can, knowing just how big this game can be. Jansen, the kick out, the 3. Look good from here, but missing it'll be Markham. Quakers get the rebound. That's Trenshaw coming away with it. So that across the timeline. Once again, Quakers in the half-court set. Here is Wiesner on the drive and a foul call. And the Quakers back to the line. Wiesner having a good afternoon getting to the rim. 4 points by Wiesner this afternoon, leading the Quakers early in this one. Caleb Bowling with 3. McClendon and Crodel each with 2. And the Quakers now trail it by 4. Almost 3 minutes in, and Mount St. Joe has not scored yet. As you know, the Quakers will continue to press, so nothing new here. It not only slows things up for the opposing team, but also causes them to have less time in the half court. That shot clock starts to get a little bit tighter and tighter as you go. Good backdoor cut, ball loose, still on the floor. Mount St. Joe gets it back. 3-pointer is missed. Jansen can't get it to fall, and somehow McClendon comes away with it. Quaker basketball. Wiesner, shot fake. Little floater in the lane, good. There are just some teams you like to play, and Wiesner likes to play against Mount St. Joe. Back to a 1-point ball game. Mount St. Joe basketball, Huff out on the high post. This is Jansen out of Fort Thomas, Kentucky, just a freshman. Jansen back to Huff, and a block by McClendon. Here come the Quakers, lead pass to Trenshaw, thrown away. Quakers, their 8th turnover, lead pass the other way. Jansen, left-hand layup, good. Quakers, all their momentum was going the other way, and they were unable to get back on defense. 3-point lead once again, Trenshaw. Boy, they jumped her left hand. Here is Wiesner, a three. And Wiesner having another big ball game against the Lions here this afternoon, and we're tied at 18. Boy, once they jumped Trenshaw, Quakers did a great job going opposite and getting that basketball into the hands of Wiesner. Here's Huff. Haberthy's been quiet in the quarter. In fact, we're at just coming up on 5 minutes, and Mount St. Joe has not scored yet. Huff with the screen. Haberthy stops. Back to Jansen. 1 on the shot clock, and that'll be a shot clock violation. 6th turnover now by Mount St. Joe. Cameron White will come into the lineup. Canby Poole in as well. Dalton in for Mount St. Joe. And also coming in will be Maggie Schoolfield. And the Quakers have a chance to take the lead here in the second quarter. Earlham's defense coming up big here in period number 2. White, Quakers run that high-low against this 2-3 zone. So Mount St. Joe in the zone. Zoe will find Canby Poole in the corner. The shot's off the mark. Canby likes the shot, I think, more from the outside than she does from either wing. Might take her a couple of shots to get going, and there's a quick reaching foul called against Acacia Tanet. That will be team foul number 2, and we have a media timeout. We'll take a quick break as well on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We're tied at 8.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
As always at halftime, we'll run down the first half numbers and check out the scoreboard. A lot of college basketball going on today. If you're from the state of Indiana, you not only have regional girls basketball going on today, you have semi-state wrestling going on as well. So it's a busy day here in Indiana. After the media timeout, it'll be Mount St. Joe basketball. Jalea Fair-Harris, the junior point guard, gets the screen by Huff. Huff receives the kick out in the corner. Here's Markham. Back to Fair-Harris. It looked like they're going to get a decent look right there. Here is the shot by Huff, no good. Boy, you'd love to see Huff maybe if you're Mount St. Joe get down in that low post area and try to work from there. Here's Canby Poole for 3. Oh boy, in and out. Couldn't get it to go, but a good look as Cameron White able to get the rebound. Here's Wiesner. To net, opposite. Now to Cameron. You hear the countdown, 5 on the shot clock. Wiesner, the jumper on the way, short, and rebound by Schoolfield. So now Mount St. Joe chance to take the lead right here. Coming up on 3.5 minutes remaining. The drive by Fair Harris will kick in the corner to Markham. And we have a 3-second call turnover by Mount St. Joe. Back in the ball game will be Jansen. By the way, the live stats are now available on GoEarlham.com. They were down earlier, but they are now ready. Want to check that out throughout the ball game, and also the final box score when we're done. It'll be posted immediately. Entry pass to Zoe Curtis. Triple teamed. Wiesner in the lane. Good. Good job by Zoe to recognize that triple team. I'm not sure how she saw Wiesner, but that's a good job by Zoe Curtis. Back to a 2-point lead for the Quakers. It'll be Mount St. Joe basketball. High post into the hands of Dalton. They'll work it to Fair Harris. The drive here by Markham, and then gives it up to Jansen. Here's the three. Another one missed, this time by Mackenzie Markham. Mount St. Joe continues to struggle from the perimeter. Here's Canby Poole, the drive, a lot of contact, no whistle there. Poole got hit hard. If you're Shauna Watson, you're probably wondering what it takes to get a call on that one. So now the Quakers back on defense, where they have held Mount St. Joe to just 2 points in this quarter. Fair Harris, jab step drive, spins in the lane, can't get the roll, and a foul on Fair Harris. Well, there have been some shots both ways that looked like they were going to go down, and they bounce in and out as Haberthy is back in for Mount St. Joe. Haberthy, by the way, as we said, averaging nearly 18 a game. The Quakers have pretty much kept her in check here in the first half. Just one basket in the opening period of play. That was a 3. Entry to Zoe. Tried to go opposite, and a turnover. 9 turnovers now unofficially for the Quakers. Here's the drive, and a basket is good, and a foul on Canby Poole. So chance for the 3-point play for Mount St. Joe, and that'll be Carly Dalton. So now the free throw. Mount St. Joe able to tie this game at 20, and the free throw is no good. So now we're coming up on 1 minute remaining. Nothing certainly decided yet. Here is a 16-footer on the way by White, no good. Rebound Zoe, put back left hand, no. Tanette sneaks in and grabs it. Quaker basketball. We've seen White get in there a couple of times. Wiesner driving this time, no doubt about it. That'll be a foul on Mount St. Joe. They're going to get Dalton for number 1. Haley Scott back in for Mount St. Joe. Coming in for the Quakers, Maddie Crodel. Boy, Wiesner having a heck of a ball game here this afternoon. Last game she'll play on this floor as that one rims in and out. 13 points for Wiesner here in the first half. Second free throw. She'll get 1 of 2. Quakers now take a 1-point lead. Halftime stats will be coming up right after a short break. Good look at Markham across the timeline against Tanette. Now we'll give it to Jansen. Jansen crossover, had an opening down the lane. Goes back to Markham, spins, and then ball loose on the floor, and we've got a whistle. Jump ball is going to be a timeout. There will be a timeout called by the Quakers. So Earlham able to get the basketball. We'll take a quick timeout as well on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Earlham leads it by 1.
Today's game brought to you in part by Mancino's Pizza and Grinders. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads every day. They serve great food priced for family budgets. Mancino's Italian bread and pizza dough are made from scratch every day, and the baking process may take a little more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1166 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com.
Good hustle by the Quakers. Not only did they get the basketball, but a timeout as well. We're down to the final minute of play here in the first half. There's Canby Poole off down to White, and we've got a foul call, and that's going to go against the Quakers. Canby Poole gets called for the moving screen. So that'll be a turnover for the Quakers. That's number 10. Poole coming out, McClendon in the lineup. Canby, by the way, picking up her second foul. Ball will be deflected out of bounds. Good job by Maddie Crodel. Haberthy will receive the basketball in the backcourt. Still about 23 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock, so the Quakers will get another possession. Haberthy drives, and a reaching foul called against the Quakers. Wiesner picks up the foul. That's just one on Wiesner, and at the line, Haberthy's been there 4 times here this afternoon. Ties the ball game at 21. Winner of this one will move, at least for the Quakers, if they can win, to 6-10. 2 games remaining. After this one here today, both on the road, and we know how tough it can be to win on the road. Quaker basketball. Final seconds of the first half. Wiesner back to Cameron White. Crodel started to cut the lane, nothing there. Back once again to Wiesner. McClendon at the high post. McClendon from 15 missed it. White got a hand on it. Coming away with it will be Jansen, or is that going to be Haberthy? Haberthy driving, missing. Rebound, Crodel, and she's going to get fouled in the backcourt. But that is only, the 4th team foul, so we will not be shooting here. Bowling is in. That'll give the Quakers a 3-point threat. White is out. Just over 10 remaining here before the end of the first half. 10.8 seconds to go. Quakers will have a good look right here. McClendon sets the high screen. McClendon, the pop out. The shot on the way, good from 3, and that's going to do it for the first half. McClendon for 3 as time expires. We head to the locker room. A close one we did expect on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Earlham 24, Mount St. Joe 22. Your halftime numbers coming up in a moment. This is Earlham Women's Basketball, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of the serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond Power and Light.
Looking to kickstart your fundraiser? Take your fundraising efforts to the next level with expert support from Suds Fundraising and get access to a fundraising kit full of quality products people can't wait to get their hands on. A dedicated web store to reach your online audience. A digital marketing kit that allows you to convert leads easily. And so much more. Let us help you reach your fundraising goals on time. Visit sudsfundraising.com to get started today.
Hey, this is Steve from Jiffy Lube. Sometimes I talk to myself, which is not necessarily a new thing, but lately I've been calling myself bro. So the other day I got out of the car and I looked down at my shoes and was like, wow, that's not what I expected. And I said to myself, you're just gonna have to own this look, bro. Yeah, I know I got issues. Don't have issues with your car though. Come on down to Jiffy Lube, get everything fixed, be on the road. Now that's a commercial, bro. Preventative maintenance. Good job.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994.
We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back them better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
Halftime here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Quakers lead at 24-22. Your halftime report brought to you by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. Every Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Tuesday, the oven roasted chicken. And Wednesday, the turkey breast. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. Well, we've gone back and forth here this afternoon. Neither team shooting very well this afternoon, but right now the idea is just get a win. If you're the Quakers, you can get that 6th win in the conference going to those last 2 road games of the season. Let's start with Mount St. Joe. 7 of 24 overall, 29%, only 1 of 9 from three-point range, 11%. They were 7 of 9 from the line, good enough for 78%. 9 turnovers in the first half by Mount St. Joe. 15 total rebounds, 4 offensive boards. No assists, 2 blocks, 5 steals, 7 fouls, just 2 bench points, 6 second chance points, and 12 of their 22 points in the paint, and 8 fast break points. For the Quakers, they shot even less than what Mount St. Joe did, 7 of 25 for 28%, but the Quakers were 3 of 7 from three-point range, good enough for 43%, and 7 of 10 from the free throw line. 11 turnovers for the Quakers in the first half of play. 22 total rebounds, 8 offensive boards. They finished with 4 assists, 2 blocks, 4 steals, and 9 fouls in the first half. Quakers had 8 bench points, 1 second chance point, and 6 points in the paint, and 2 fast break points. Individually for Mount St. Joe, Maddie Haberthy 9, Chloe Jansen with 7, Fair Harris with 2, Dalton with 2, and Scott with 2. The Quakers led by Amy Wiesner with 14 in the first half. Trinity McClendon with 5, Kayla Bowling with 3, Zoe Curtis with 2, White, Trenshaw, Tanette Poole, Joseph Newhart, and Crodel all playing and failing to score in the first half. We remind you as we go along, live stats on GoEarlham.com. When we come back, we will check out the national scoreboard. A lot of college basketball going on today. We'll check out that coming up next. Halftime, Earlham 24, Mount St. Joe 22. This is Earlham women's basketball right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
For over a century, Richmond Power & Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power & Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power & Light. Together we make powerful partners. Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120. Are you looking for the right place to work out? A place where you have several choices and can have fun at the same time? Well, that place is right here in Richmond, Family Fitness Works. Family Fitness Works has spinning, Zumba, kickboxing, core works, kick fit, body pump, body flow, and much, much more. And don't forget, Family Fitness Works also has Richmond's most extensive free weights and Nautilus in the area. Check out their website at familyfitness.com or stop by at 213 North 3rd Street in Richmond.
Halftime score 24-22. Let's go ahead and get you caught up with what is happening in men's college basketball this afternoon. There is actually two finals in already. As number 3 Kansas at home, they beat Oklahoma 87-70. Number 13 Penn State out of the Big Ten, they defeat Northwestern 77-61. Other games that are now underway in the second half. Number 6 Dayton leading UMass 46-41. Late in the second half, Syracuse trying to pull off the upset at number 8 Florida State. The Orangemen on top of that one, 67-64. One of the game at halftime, number 24 Texas Tech now leading Oklahoma State 29-27. Other games coming up today in top 25 play. Number 1 Baylor hosting 14th rated West Virginia. It's number 2 Gonzaga on the road at Pepperdine. That'll be a late start, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Number 5 Louisville is on the road at Clemson. Notre Dame plays at number 7 Duke. Number 9 Maryland is at Michigan State. 10th rated Seton Hall traveling to Providence. 11th ranked Auburn is at Missouri. Ole Miss on the road at number 12 Kentucky. Oregon State will be hosting number 16 Colorado. Butler home this afternoon. They're ranked 19th. They'll take on Georgetown. Number 20 Houston is at SMU. Number 22 Illinois at Rutgers. Number 23 Creighton hosting DePaul. And one of the game Number 25 LSU is on the road at Alabama. Women's college basketball in top 25 play either this afternoon or tonight. Number 2 Baylor is at Oklahoma State. Santa Clara plays at number 15 Gonzaga. Number 21 South Dakota is at Oral Roberts. And number 24 Missouri State home against Southern Illinois. No games in the NBA. They, by the way, are at the All-Star break. One game underway in the NHL this afternoon. They're at the first intermission. Detroit leading Boston 1-0. Later today, Nashville is at St. Louis. Philadelphia on the road at Tampa Bay. Florida hosting Edmonton. San Jose is at Minnesota. Dallas at Montreal. Toronto travels to Ottawa. LA at Colorado. Chicago at Calgary. Arizona hosting Washington. And the Islanders are on the road at Vegas. You're caught up in the world of sports. Do not go away. Your second half is right around the corner. This is Earlham Women's Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
Finding a used car dealership you can trust is not an easy thing to do, but for me, the choice was almost too easy. How about Tony's Car Sales in Richmond? Hi, this is Troy Narangowski. You know, I purchased my last 2 cars from Tony's, and I couldn't have been happier with their service. They didn't pressure me, and they worked me through the entire process. Hey, if you're in the market for a great used vehicle, get to Tony's Car Sales in Richmond, 250 National Road West. For more information, give them a call at 962-5665 or go to their website, tonyscarsales.com. Today's game is being brought to you by Tri-County Awards in Richmond. Customized awards and quality engraving services. When you come to Tri-County Awards, you'll get nothing but the best customer service. We take pride in our prompt service and easy availability. Celebrate success with a gorgeous medal, trophy, or plaque from Tri-County Awards. We've been crafting awards since 1972. Choose from a wide variety of designs and styles. We're a locally owned and family-operated business. Tri-County Awards, 1001 South East Street in Richmond.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
I want to remind you after this game, about 30 minutes after the completion of this game, we'll have the men's contest. The men, by the way, eliminated from playoff contention, but as you heard Coach talk about earlier this week on Fast Break, they still have a lot to play for, want to finish out the season in a positive manner. The women play at Rose on Wednesday. They go to Manchester next Saturday. So, as you know by now, lots going to be decided here today, at least from trying to get into that driver's seat, stay ahead of those teams that are either with you or a game ahead of you. And that'd be good today if you could beat Mount St. Joe and take 2 from them this year, so you'd win the tiebreaker between these 2 teams. It'll be Mount St. Joe basketball. We are underway here in the third. Haberthy hit all 6 of her free throws in that first half. Good look at Jansen. Back to Haberthy. Boy, adjustments can be made at halftime. You see who is better at making the adjustments. Haberthy, long 3, no, and a rebounding foul called. That'll go against the Quakers. So Tanette picks up the foul. That's number 2 on Acacia. 20 seconds back on the shot clock. The entry pass quickly knocked out of bounds. Quakers able to get a hand on that basketball. Amy Wiesner, 14 points in the first half. Another inbound, only 1 second coming off the clock. That being the shot clock. This is Jansen with a left-hand dribble against Bowling. Crossover Jansen, the drive and the score. Ties the ball game at 24. That's a nice crossover by Chloe Jansen. Wiesner looks for the entry pass. It goes out of bounds. Quakers try to work inside out. Try to get Chloe a touch and let her decide whether she's going to make the move or kick it out or look opposite. This is Bowling. Wiesner again looking inside. Denying inside is Huff. Huff at 6 foot. Long wingspan. Tough to get Chloe open there. There is McClendon, rims in and out. Huff with a rebound. Back the other way, Mount St. Joe. Jansen in the corner, three-pointer, rims in and out. Rebound, put back Jansen. Puts it on the floor, has it taken away. Number 10 on the turnover department for Mount St. Joe. Well, they got a good look in the corner, too. Wide open Wiesner opposite side. Here is Zoe, the kick out to Bowling. 15 on the shot clock. Bowling blocked by Huff. Ball loose, picked up, baseline jumper, good, Wiesner. Amy, right place, right time, now with 16 points. Lead pass will find Haberthy. Drives down the lane and scores. Now we're going back and forth here in the third. Haberthy. They know they got to get her going if they get a chance. Give her the hot hand. Jeanette at the elbow, looking inside, nothing there. 17 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Bowling, 15-footer on the way, got the roll. Now we're going back and forth, and each team able to hit shots here in the third. Bowling now with 5, did not score in the second quarter. Back the other way, here's Jansen once again. Fair Harris gives it up now to Haberthy, the drive, and it's going to go out of bounds on the baseline. We're going to stay here. Bowling out, Cameron White back in. Bowling will take much more of a leading role next year as a senior. In the corner, this will be Haberthy. Fair Harris between the circles, now guarded by Acacia Tannett. Dan Benjamin, the head coach in his 6th year. That's going to be blocked by White, and a shot clock violation unless we got a foul call, and I think they just got bailed out. Shauna Watson beside herself on that call, and I think they may have gotten Zoe. They did. So Zoe picks up the foul. So a fresh 20 for Mount St. Joe. Quakers lead it by 2. Mount St. Joe inbounding. They throw it over the head of Haberthy into the backcourt. Ball still loose and goes out of bounds, and they will say it is Mount St. Joe, and then they switch it. I think she just pointed the wrong way. So it will be Quaker basketball. 11 turnovers now by Mount St. Joe. I'm not sure that Coach Watson would have flown about 15 feet in the air if that call would have stayed the same way. Quakers still have 30 on the shot clock right here. Zoe in the lane, draws the double team, and a foul from Fair Harris. Coming down to double. So Fair Harris picking up her first. And this will put Zoe Curtis at the line for 2. Zoe has just, nope, they're going to say it's underneath. So Zoe will not get the chance to go to the free throw line. Tannett will inbound, 25 on the shot clock. Wiesner driving down the lane, and another reaching foul called. Might have gotten Haberthy on this one. That will be number 1 on Haberthy, team number 2. Each team now with 2 team fouls. Cameron White, nothing there. Tanette at the right elbow. Entry pass to Zoe Curtis. Faces up her defender, Scott. Opposite. Here is a jumper on the way inside the three-point line, and they'll take it. That's McClendon. So McClendon now with 7. Quakers lead it by 4. This is Jansen across the timeline. Huff out on the high post. She does not work very much down low, which is kind of odd at 6 foot. She has a wide body down low and certainly a long frame to work with. Jansen driving. Jansen throws it inside. They throw it away. Turnover again, number 12 by Mount St. Joe. Here's White. Wiesner, baseline shot, no. And the battle for the rebound, coming away with it will be Tanette. Quaker basketball. Here's White driving, and she will get fouled. Still like to see Cameron pull up jumper. Had a defender right in front of her. She would have had to make a decision, either come and guard or stay in the lane. And if she does come and guard, then you drive around her. If she stays in the lane, you go ahead and pull up jumper from short range at 10, 12 feet. And here's White at the line, averaging 7.5 per game, and she has not scored here today. Second free throw. And Cameron left it way short, and Tanette diving on the floor, and we have, what, a jump ball. It will be Quaker basketball. First time we're going to see Rosie Newhart come in. Zoe Curtis, the senior out of Newcastle, will sit down. Quakers still have 19 on the shot clock, and now we have a delay for just a moment. Mount St. Joe guarding man-to-man off the inbound. Quakers will generally try to score off the inbound. Here's McClendon, has it blocked. Newhart puts it in. Rosie, good production, barely a second in, and she scores. Quakers now have a 6-point lead. Just 4 points for Mount St. Joe in the quarter. They had only 6 in the second. Here's a 3 by Moody in the corner, as Rachel Moody is now checked in, number 32. Here is the drive and the basket, good by Wiesner. Wiesner now with 18, matches the 18 she scored before, and there's a deflection. Wiesner knocking that one out of bounds. Bowling is checked in now for the Quakers. Cameron White will sit down. 5:06 remaining here in the third. It'll be Mount St. Joe inbounding. Well, speaking of Mount St. Joe, they had 16 in that opening quarter, and they just cannot get anything going offensively since then. This is Jansen, the high screen. Jansen nearly loses it. Skip pass will find Markham in the corner as Haberthy drives, and a foul, or is it going to be off the bottom of the backboard, out of bounds? And we have a media timeout. So 4:47 remaining in this quarter. And on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Quakers on top of this one, 34-26. This is Earlham Basketball, Radio Troy Digital.
Think about the moments in your life, moments you might miss if you become ill. People often ignore their own health, even when their body is telling them something isn't right. Routine health screenings could be the difference between catching it early when it's more treatable or waiting until it's too late. Make time to have an annual wellness visit. Keep up with routine screenings so you don't miss out on any of your moments. Reed Health's team of experts can keep you in control of your health, making sure you stay right where you belong. Reed Health, right beside you.
There you see the Quakers now with a 34-26 lead. We have not seen either team able to break loose yet. This is the biggest lead so far. Quaker defense able to shut things down again here in this third quarter as the Lions with just 4 points. Here's Bowling with the basketball for the Quakers. Entry pass Newhart, looks opposite Bowling. Three-pointer looks good from here off the back of the iron. The rebound by Jansen. Jansen able to take it away from two Earlham Quaker players. Pass in the corner to Markham, back to Jansen. They'll work high post now to Scott. Wiesner, good defense there against Jansen. Down the lane, missed it. Newhart with a rebound. Quakers chance to extend the lead. Wiesner will find McClendon. Nice drive inside, lost it. Newhart lays it in. Rosie, right place, right time. Rosie now with 4. And the Quakers have their biggest lead now at 10, 36-26. Mount St. Joe's Markham driving and a foul call. So Bowling picks up the foul. That will be Kayla's third. Markham at the line for 2. McKenzie averaging nearly 7 per game, is not scratched so far here today. Second free throw now by Markham. Back in now for the Lions will be Carly Dalton. And it'll be Quaker basketball. So the Quakers get it to 10 here in the third. Here's White to net. Newhart posting up underneath. That'll be McClendon out front. Hands off to Wiesner. White in the corner for 3. Rims in and out. Newhart with a rebound. Rosie put back short. And the ball saved from going out of bounds by Chloe Jansen. Rosie nearly got her 6th point of the afternoon. Rosie, the 5'8 junior out of Osgood, Indiana. We've got a foul call. Tanette just picked up number 3. Trenshaw back in, and at the line will be Maddie Haberthy. She'll get one more. Second free throw good. Back now to a 7-point ball game. Here's Wiesner with the basketball. Newhart will find Trenshaw. Still plenty of time on the shot clock with 16. Wiesner spins, low pass to Trenshaw, but pick it up off the shoestrings, and she drives in and has that one blocked. Here we go the other way, Mount St. Joe. Now down by 7. Again, offensively, they have struggled in the last 2 quarters. The drive, the kick. Here's Haberthy for 3. Shot the air ball, and we have a whistle and a foul. Well, Cameron White's going to pick up the foul. That'll be number 2 on Cameron. And at the line will be Carly Dalton. Huff back in now for Mount St. Joe. Dalton is 0 for 1 from the line this afternoon. That came back in the second quarter. The free throw she did miss. And that one's hard off the back of the iron. She'll get another one. .218 remaining here in the third. Second free throw is on the way. It is good. Fair Harris back in. Markham out of the lineup. Mount St. Joe now a little 2-2-1 zone press. Trenshaw across the timeline. Quakers anticipated it. Entry pass to Newhart. Shot of the way. No, might have been partially blocked there by Huff. Mount St. Joe back the other way. And they lose it again. 13 turnovers. Quakers 4-on-2 break the other way. Here's McClendon. Off to White. The double team dribbles out of that double team and around the perimeter to Wiesner. Here's Cameron beyond the three-point line. Gets the high screen from McClendon. Quakers working in the half-court set. McClendon off the drive. Lost it. Trenshaw back out to White. In and out of her hands, and that'll be an over and back. So the Quakers with 12 turnovers as Zoe Curtis back in. Rosie Newhart will sit down. And Canby Poole also checking in. And McClendon will get a break. It is a 6-point lead here in the third quarter, and a turnover, 5-second call against Mount St. Joe, and they're going to get a timeout. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Quakers on top, 36-30.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
It'll be Quaker basketball as we're down to our last 90-plus seconds in this one. Be a big win here today for the Quakers if they can pull this one out, but Mount St. Joe not going away just yet. Wiesner with the basketball. White, high post Poole, and she loses it. Quakers commit a big turnover right there. That's number 13 on the Quakers. As we come up on 1 minute remaining, another big possession here for Mount St. Joe. Fair Harris picks up her dribble, lobs it inside to Huff. In the corner, the three, that's going to be long as Jansen can't get it to fall, and Canby Poole with the rebound. Quakers look to go back inside again. Another turnover. Haberthy, the layup at the other end, and the Quakers back-to-back turnovers. And Haberthy connects at the other end. Here is White, and a late whistle there, but we'll take it. I think the foul's going to be on Huff. That'll be number 3 on Huff. And Cameron White at the line. She's now 0 for 3 from the line here, all in the third quarter. The senior guard out of Louisville missed that one as well. And coming away with it, Chloe Jansen. Those are some big misses by White here in the third quarter. 10-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Fair Harris on the drive, no. And the rebound by Canby Poole. Poole turns it over and stolen away by Jansen. Fair Harris takes a look and then drives inside and scores. Another big turnover, and there's another one. Quakers melting down the stretch. A three in the corner, good. And just like that, Mount St. Joe has the lead, and that's going to do it for the quarter. What a run by Mount St. Joe, and Haberthy finished it off with a three. Wow. What a turn of events for the Quakers, and the turnovers just absolutely killed them in this later stages of the quarter. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Mount St. Joe 37, Earlham 36.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
A flurry by Mount St. Joe at the end of the third quarter, thanks to a ton of Quaker turnovers. I think they ended up with 4 in the last 90 seconds of play, and all of a sudden now Mount St. Joe has a 1-point lead. And it'll be Mount St. Joe basketball to begin this final period. And they're right now sitting in the driver's seat with all the momentum going their way. This is Huff way out front. Fair Harris. Here's Jansen. Back to Huff. Jansen with a right hand. Huff doesn't even look at the basket. Gives it off to Haberthy. Back to Huff. 13 on the shot clock. They'll reset it. This is Jansen. They're going to have to hurry, though. Down to 6. Jansen gets by the double team, throws it inside, and the ball goes out of bounds. And they wanted a foul, and they may have had an argument on Trinity McClendon. But the officials do not blow their whistle on that one. So a turnover by Mount St. Joe. They're at number 15. And now the press once again. Here's Bowling. McClendon at the top, looking to her right. Wiesner with the basketball. Zoe posting up, doesn't get it. The cut through there by Tanette. Back to Bowling. 10 on the shot clock. Wiesner, skip pass. McClendon, jumper on the way. No. Rebound battled for, and coming away with it will be Chloe Jansen. Big rebound there. Quakers back on defense. Here's Haberthy. May have traveled with it. No whistle, but they throw it away anyway. Boy, both teams not taking care of the basketball at times, and Huff went down. She turned to go get the basketball, and she may have hurt her right knee. 16 turnovers now by the Lions. And this could be a big loss for Mount St. Joe as they lose their biggest player in Alea Huff. So while they check her out, we're going to take a quick break unless they can get her up here quickly. We will come back in a moment. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Quakers trail it by 1.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
Well, Huff is now on the Mount St. Joe bench. It'll be Quaker basketball. And all the indications right now, we're going to go right down the stretch here after the Quakers had a 10-point lead in that third quarter, and they let it get away and now trail it by 1. This is Bowling. Dangerous pass. McClendon out front against Fair Harris. Mount St. Joe playing those passing lanes a little bit tighter than they were earlier. Bowling for 3. No. Rebound, and it's going to be Jansen with another rebound for Mount St. Joe. Back the other way. Haberthy Fair Harris. I don't think she wants that shot right there. So they'll set it up in the half court. Haley Scott back to Fair Harris. Now 10 on the shot clock. Ball tipped, and it will eventually go out of bounds. Bowling may have gotten a hand on that one. So with 8:07 remaining, it'll be Mount St. Joe with only 6 on the shot clock. Entry past Haberthy, down the lane and scores. Big bucket by Haberthy off the inbound. They've got her playing well in the second half. Quakers need a bucket here pretty quickly as their offense has gone stagnant. Entry past Zoe. Right hand off the glass, good. There you go. Zoe Curtis, her first basket of the afternoon. She has 4. Mount St. Joe quickly back the other way. Haberthy wisely gives it up to Jansen. She was down in numbers. Scott out front. Fair Harris now with the basketball as they work it beyond the arc, near double dribble there by Jansen. And then a foul call on the Quakers. It may be Acacia to net. So Acacia just picked up number 4. That is the first team foul here in the fourth quarter. I think they were checking everybody ready to go. I'm not sure who was trying to tie their shoe. It may have been Bowling and stop play for the moment. Haberthy out front. High post now to Scott. Hand off. Haberthy. Pull up jumper in the way. Good. Nothing but net. Haberthy. And that's why she's averaging 18 a game. Quakers back down by 3. Skip pass. Dangerous pass. Wiesner able to come away with it. And a foul call against Mount St. Joe. We're going to get Dalton. Both coaches working the sideline. We talked to Shauna Watson earlier this week on fast break, and she never sits down and always up and working on both sides of the court. Bowling, no. And the rebound again by Jansen. She's played well. Another rebound. Jansen quickly pushing the ball up the floor. In the corner. Haberthy for 3 off the side of the backboard. Not a good look that time by Haberthy. Quakers back the other way. Here is Wiesner driving in. Offensive foul. So they get Wiesner for the offensive foul. The 17th turnover now by the Quakers. Coming into the lineup will be Mackenzie Markham now for Mount St. Joe to try to handle some of the pressure now that the Quakers will be using. Quakers have a different style here, there, depending on what they want to try to do. And this time they were very loose down the floor. So they can really come at you when they want to. Here's Markham. Haberthy missed that shot moments ago off the dribble. In the corner, 3 by Dalton, no. And the rebound by Kayla Bowling. This is Bowling. And she just got away with a travel. The entry pass, it goes out of bounds. It's going to stay here, last touched by Mount St. Joe. But boy, Bowling got away with a walk. Back in will be Maggie Schoolfield. Quakers 20 on the shot clock. Still a one-possession game, nothing decided other than the Quakers gave up the 10-point lead. Bowling, the release and good from 3, ties the ball game. Kayla, her second 3, she has 8. There's your zone trap again, really slowing things down for the Mount St. Joe offense. Jansen. Good ball movement in the corner as Schoolfield gives it up. The drive down the lane. Haberthy missed it badly on that one. Here is Wiesner back the other way. And then McClendon for 3. Yes! And just like that, the Quakers now own a 3-point lead. Here's Jansen across the timeline. As you see Jansen reverse it, the Quakers, as under the 5-minute mark, have come back now to take the lead themselves. Jansen sizing up to net, loses it in the lane. Big turnover again for Mount St. Joe. Quakers basketball down in numbers here, but now to be McClendon off the drive. Shot it too hard. Rebound battled for. Zoe Curtis back to McClendon. Yes. 6-point lead for the Quakers. Zoe able to keep that ball alive for Earlham. And now the Quakers, they're going to say it's a 5-point lead, 46-41. As we come up on the 4-minute mark. This is Jansen. The drive. Off now to Markham. This is Haberthy for 3. No. And she's missed her last couple of shots, not even close. Quakers back the other way. Zoe Curtis, good. Timeout on the floor. And Mount St. Joe needs to talk about it as the Quakers coming back, now owning a 48-41 lead on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft-Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond. After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
Well, the roller coaster ride today for Mount St. Joe. They were down by 10 in the third quarter. They come back, take a 1-point lead, had a 3-point lead, and then the Quakers will go on a run themselves. And Mount St. Joe with just 4 points in this quarter. Haberthy on the right wing. Quakers able to guard that one easily, and Haberthy just threw it to the bench. I think she thought Huff was still in the ball game. Another turnover by Mount St. Joe. So now after the Quakers had the turnover fest at the end of the third quarter, Mount St. Joe doing it here in the fourth. Here's Zoe. Looks opposite to Bowling. Once again, here's McClendon. Still plenty of time, 12 on the shot clock. Bowling then throws it at the feet of Tanette and out of bounds. Boy, you see that a lot. Got to make sure those passes are on the mark, otherwise, unless you're playing baseball and you're a shortstop, that's not where the pass is supposed to go. Nearly and over and back, and it is. Well, she caught the ball in the backcourt, and you can't do that. I know that Dan Benjamin is not happy with that turnover call, but you cannot catch the basketball in the backcourt and try to jump over the line. It doesn't quite work that way. But another big turnover. Here is McClendon. Can't get it to go on the rebound by Haley Scott. Right now, the Quakers a 7-point lead. Time is on their side as we're down to 2:45 and counting. Crossover by Jansen. They're going to have to get some shots up pretty quick. There's one of them as Scott misses. McClendon with a rebound. Quakers will take that, one and done. Lob pass inside for Zoe, and she can't hold on to it. Back the other way. Here's Haberthy driving and scoring. Quakers just got to take care of the basketball here down the stretch. This is Tanette, and the Quakers are going to get a timeout right here. 2:11 remaining. Quakers trying to pick up a huge win here this afternoon as the Quakers lead it by 5.
Hey, this is Steve at Jiffy Lube. The other day a cashier said to me, if you're happy with the service here, there's a site you can take a survey on. Kind of laughed and said, what if I'm not happy? To which she replied, well, then you can just forego the survey. I thought, well, that's kind of the equivalent of if you can't say anything nice, then don't say anything at all. What if we all adopted that? Jiffy Lube, take the survey, but if you can't say anything nice, just don't say anything at all.
Hey, this is Steve Funkhauser at Jiffy Lube. Come on out, see us. We're ready to serve.
48-43 back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. The Quakers trying to pick up win number 6 in the conference and stay in the playoff chase. Quakers have Bowling, Tanette, along with McClendon. Wiesner stays in as well. She has the basketball, and of course they'll work it inside to Zoe, and Zoe scores. Big bucket, 6 points by Zoe here in the final quarter. 7-point lead now for the Quakers. Under a minute 45 remaining. And again, Mount St. Joe can't take a lot of time setting things up. The drive there by Schoolfield and nothing again. The high screen, Scott, the drive and the miss by Jansen, and the rebound pulled down by Bowling. Quaker basketball. And now the Quakers can use some clock right here. This is Bowling. Shot clock still at 17. Go ahead and kick it back out. You don't need this right now. Well, I'd have loved to have seen that when you just kick it back out. You reset it. And if you're going to kick it back out, try to get it back immediately. That's okay. But there really wasn't much there that time for Zoe. Back in the ball game, Carly Dalton. 1:05 remaining. Here's Wiesner straight away. Bowling at the elbow. Bowling puts it on the floor and off the glass and good. Quakers lead it by 9. And a whistle and a foul call. And that'll go against Zoe. So Zoe picks up number 2. You know, I don't mind that foul so much. They're not going to get a 3 out of it. As back in the ball game will be Rosie Newhart. Fair Harris back in as well. This is not a bad foul overall because you're going to get the ball back. And you could run the thing down to 19 seconds remaining. And it's still going to be a 2-possession game either way. One more here for Haberthy. Second free throw is on the way. It is good. And timeout Quakers. See if this is going to be a full timeout or a 30. We have not decided. It is going to be a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it here. Remind you again that about 30 minutes after this one is over, we'll do the men's contest. It'll be senior day for the men as well. They will have one more home contest. So following the timeout, Kyra Joseph was joking around. She was going to come into the ball game. So Quakers will inbound the basketball. They'll do so to Bowling in the backcourt. And immediate foul right there by Jansen. They didn't have a whole lot of choice. They're going to have to foul the rest of the way. but they've still got 3 more to give before we will be shooting the 2-shot foul. So the Quakers can still run a lot of time off the clock right here in the backcourt. So you got a foul right there immediately. So that is number 3. Another one here, but still 2 more to give. And there's another quick one. Haberthy picks up number 3, and that's number 4 overall, so 1 more to go. Tell you what, if they look long, they had McClendon running the other way. So that is going to be number 5, and it'll put the Quakers at the line. One thing you always do on a play like that is you pretend that everybody's going to be bunched up, and then you send somebody long. Generally, that person that's standing back there doesn't think you're going to throw it, and you catch them about 90% of the time. And then you got to have somebody who can throw the basketball that far, but if you work on it in practice, you can make that work pretty well. But right now, they'll take the free throw shooting and the play of Zoe Curtis here in the 4th quarter. Second free throw is no good. And now the Quakers in the driver's seat again. Behind the back dribble by Jansen. Offensive foul. So the Quakers forcing the 20th turnover as Jansen will pick up the foul right there, and this one will go to the Quakers. Krodel is in. Also back into the ball game, Kyra Joseph. White will come in. Quakers are going to call a timeout right here. This will be a full timeout. Generally what will happen now is you let these seniors that are in the ball game get up and down the floor maybe once, give them time to come back out so they're recognized when they come out of the game as well. So after this today, the Quakers are now going to be 6-10 in the conference. They'll keep an eye on the scoreboard. Anderson is at Franklin today. Rose is at Defiance. Defiance 6-9, Anderson 5-10, so we know at least the Quakers have a chance to jump over Anderson. I find it highly unlikely they're going to win on the road at Franklin. And Defiance playing Rose at home. You would think that Defiance would probably win that contest. But Earlham just needs to take care of business on their home floor here today and then go on the road and beat Rose and Manchester. Wiesner will inbound. Here's Joseph. And Joseph fouled immediately, and they'll give her a chance to go to the free throw line. Joseph again missed a lot of time because of that shoulder injury. Moody coming in the lineup now for Mount St. Joe, but here is Kyra Joseph. Of course, everybody quiet as she steps to the line and calmly hits a free throw there. Like she hasn't missed a practice since she's been injured. So Kyra on the board here in the 4th quarter, gets them both. Quakers get the lead back to 10. So we're down to our final 20 seconds remaining. In the corner to Scott for 3, no good. Joseph gets the rebound. And Joseph, chance to dribble some time off the clock. They'll get it to Wiesner. Quakers are going to win it here tonight. Krodel just bring it back out. They wanted her to shoot it right there. Maddie's going to, nope, she's not going to shoot it. They wanted to shoot a 3, but it's over. Your final score here this afternoon after the Quakers let a 10-point lead get away. They come back and win it by 10. Earlham 55, Mount St. Joe 45. Will come back and wrap it up next. This has been Earlham Women's Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto and business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf and I approve this message.
Today's game brought to you in part by Mancino's Pizza and Grinders. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads every day. They serve great food priced for family budgets. Mancino's Italian bread and pizza dough are made from scratch every day, and the baking process may take a little more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1166 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com.
Let's go and give you some final numbers, and again, you can look at the final box on goearlham.com, but here is how things stood out this afternoon, and for the Lions, they were 15 of 47, 32%, only 2 of 19 from three-point range, 11%. They were 13 of 17 from the line for 77%, turned the ball over 19 times, ended up with 28 total rebounds. They were led by Haberthy with 27, Jansen with 9, Dalton with 3, Fair Harris with 2, Markham with 2, and Scott with 2. The Quakers shot much better in the second half. They were 20 of 51 for the night, 39%, 5 of 13 from three-point range, 39%, 10 of 18 for the line for 56%. Quakers also 19 turnovers, 40 total rebounds. They out-rebounded Mount St. Joe by 12. 13 of those were offensive rebounds. By the way, Quakers got 26 points from their bench here this afternoon. They outscored Mount St. Joe 26-5. Amy Wiesner, second straight game. She has scored 18 points against the Lions. She led the Quakers in scoring. Also for the Quakers, McClendon with 12, Bowling with 10, Curtis with 9, Newhart with 4, and Joseph with 2. White, Trenshaw, Tanette, Poole, and Maddie Crodel all playing and failing to score. But the Quakers get a big win. They're now 6-10 in the conference, 7-16 overall. For Mount St. Joe, they fall to 6-10 in the conference, but if the two teams end up with identical records, Quakers will have the tiebreaker. They won both games against Mount St. Joe this season. So the Quakers will travel to Rose-Hulman on Wednesday and then finish out the season, the regular season, on the road at Manchester next Saturday. That Rose game is a 7:30 tip-off time. The Manchester game tips off at 2 o'clock. Final score once again, Earlham 55, Mount St. Joe 45. Men's action coming up in about 25 minutes. Thanks for being with us. This has been Earlham Basketball, Radio Troy Digital Sports.